Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing while the color guard of the Richfield, Utah National Guard Unit presents the flags of the United States of America and the great state of Utah. The Snow College Brass Quintet will then perform the national anthem, and the color guard will post the colors. Color guard. The audience may be seated. Thank you. Thank you so much, color guard. Welcome. On behalf of the Snow College Board of Trustees, faculty and staff, students and alumni, we welcome you warmly today as we celebrate the graduating class of 2022. With this class of graduates, Snow College is now 134 years old as an institution of educating productive, well-rounded citizens and leaders. My name is Brad Cook, and it is my distinct pleasure and honor to serve as the president of Snow College. Nearly 39 years ago, I started my journey as a student at Snow. And let me reassure you, there really is no place like this college. And while much has changed in 3 decades at Snow, there is still that much hasn't, especially in terms of Snow College's nurturing spirit that it suggests personal attention, high touch, and high quality. After my time here as a student, doors opened for me, as they will you graduates, and I was given additional opportunities to further my education, and it has been a distinct privilege to have now returned to my alma mater in this capacity and to return to Sevier County particularly, where I spent much of my early life. My wife Jen joins me in personally welcoming you to this beautiful Richfield campus. This afternoon, I'd like to thank Dr. Madeline Johnson and the Snow College Brass Quintet for their music. Those that know about our music program know that how exceptional it is, and we thank them for sharing their talents with us on this special occasion. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce those seated on the platform, and as I read their names, will they kindly stand and remain standing? And audience, please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. So our very distinguished guests and honorees today are, first, Darren Perry, presenting our commencement address. Gracie Davis and Mason Moss, both are 2022 honor graduates. Next, Leslie Kiesel, our chair of the Board of Trustees at Snow College, and Rick Robinson, the vice chair of the board. And the following members of the Board of Trustees are here today: Trustee Randy Cox, Trustee Karen Soper, Trustee and Alumni President Kay Christensen, Trustee John Cox, and Brady Curtis, 2021-22 Student Body President. We're also pleased to welcome to the stage Senator Darren Owens, member of the Utah State Senate and who serves as our Economic Development Director at Snow College. With him, Representative Carl Albrecht, member of the Utah House of Representatives, and our very supportive Sevier County Commissioners, Garth Ogden, Scott Johnson, and Ralph Brown. We welcome also the Mayor of Richfield, Brian Burrows. Our academic deans, Dr. David Allred, Humanities, Dr. Michael Huff, Fine Arts and Communication, Jay Olson, Business and Applied Technologies, Dr. Kevin Sorensen, Natural Sciences and Mathematics, and Mike Brenchley, Social and Behavioral Sciences. And finally, members of the administration and others who are on the platform, will you please stand? We are honored to have these distinguished guests and students with us. Thank you. You may sit. And now, can I ask all of our Snow College faculty and staff to stand? Friends, I want you to know that the people that are most really responsible for Snow College's special sauce and who have helped our students more than anybody else help them achieve their goals today are standing here. And I extend my personal and deep appreciation for their work. And I am privileged every day to be able to work with them. So join me again in please offering a sincere and heartfelt thank you for your work. Thank you. I would also like to note the work of these incredible colleagues has not gone unnoticed by external entities. I love this part in terms of the kinds of accolades that Snow College continues to garner, and mostly because of our students and because of our faculty and staff. And indeed, Snow College continues to be recognized at the highest levels nationally for student success. And this year, Snow College was awarded 6 Best of State gold medals. And that's more than any other institution of higher education in the state by a long shot. Professor Keith Stewart was honored as the state's best college and university professor in the state of Utah. Brittany Cornelson won the best state honors as Utah's best educational advisor of the year. Annette Taylor was awarded the best support staff in the entire state. And additionally, the college received the gold medal for the best vocational training for the Learn and Work program, which was college designed to provide free training to members of the community who may have lost work during COVID-19. But here's best of all. Snow College won Best Overall Educational Institution in the state, not just in higher education, but of all educational categories, K-12, charter schools, colleges, universities, and get this, it's the second year in a row. So that's worth an applause. Today, we would like to recognize faculty member Ken Avery. Ken, can you stand for a minute? We're recognizing Professor Avery for being selected by his peers and academic leadership for his extraordinary service. Ken has been, do you want to join me, Ken? I'll try not to embarrass you. Ken has been an instructor of industrial mechanics since 2013 and came to Snow College with 36 years of industry experience in positions ranging from production foreman to plant manager in paving, gravel, coal, cement, construction, and mechanics. Throughout Ken's career, he has been a teacher. He has always sought out those who have the desire to improve their skills and acted as a mentor to help them meet their goals. Ken's skill in industry collaboration absolutely has been instrumental in positioning Snow College for the technical education center that it is for Central Utah, and qualifies him as one deserving of the J. Elliott and Maxine Cameron Faculty Service Award. So Ken, congratulations and thank you for all you do. We have a presentation form somewhere. We'll get to it. Here are a couple of other facts that you might not know about our college. In the last 2 years, we have been ranked the safest campus in Utah by the U.S. Department of Education and the #1 institution in the nation for student success, according to the premier higher education journal, the Chronicle of Higher Education. You may have noted the long list of certificate completers in our program, and it's because we're designated as the state's technical college for the Central Region and committed to our region's industry needs and our role in rural economic development. But we don't just offer technical and vocational training here. Those that want to be able to get a certificate, that is possible. We also encourage those to go on and take general education and work towards their associate degrees. Another fact that you might not know is that our football team competed in the semifinals of the national playoffs this past fall and finished 3rd in the nation. Our men's basketball team was invited to the NJCAA National Tournament a few months ago, something that hasn't happened in many, many years. We're also excited to be welcoming our first athletic program to the Richfield campus next year when we've introduced men's and women's wrestling teams that will start this fall. Additionally, the music department was invited to perform at the highest national convention for music educators, which really is the equivalent to their equivalent of a Super Bowl. And of course, we always want to remind you that Snow College remains committed, absolutely committed to being the most affordable value proposition education option in the state of Utah. Snow continues also to be one of the fastest growing institutions in the state, and by doing so, we are providing more and more students the opportunity to get an education within a culture of caring. And there are so many other highlights that could be mentioned today, but suffice it to say that Snow College continues to shine very bright on the national and state stages. Okay, next will our Snow College alumni stand. There we go. Alumni, we welcome you home and invite you to continue helping us expand our Badger family. The very best thing that you can do for us is trust us with your students and recommend Snow College to your neighbors and friends. Today and tomorrow, another 1,300 graduates join our alumni ranks. And to you, class of 22, we hope you too will continue to share your Snow College pride with others. Thank you. So today, we will be pleased to hear from Gracie Davis and Mason Moss, who were selected as honor graduates today. And you can read their complete biographies on page 4 and 5 of your printed program. Gracie grew up here in Richfield, just a few blocks down the road. She's the daughter of Kent and Samantha and is excited to be moving to Texas this summer to continue her interests in business. Mason grew up in Orangeville, just a few mountains over from here. He's the son of Lee and Stacy Moss, and is excited to embark on his career in machine tool technology, hoping one day to own and operate his own business. So it is now my pleasure to invite Gracie and then Mason to the microphone. Gracie.
All right, so I'm Gracie, if you don't know me, and I was told that I was going to have the privilege of giving a speech for all of you today. So when Heidi Stringham called me and asked to meet with me, I had no idea what it was for. So I just figured she had new information to give me about this commencement. So when I walked into her office, she informed me that I was being considered to be one of Snow College's honor graduates, and the honor graduate title was mine if I accepted it. So I obviously did, or else I would not be up here speaking really nervously in front of all of you today. But now that I'm up here, I feel like it wasn't as scary as walking down the stairs to get on the stage. So learning how to not be nervous speaking to a crowd is a skill I still have yet to learn, so just please bear with me. So Heidi had informed me that she had spoken to many of my professors, and they all without a doubt thought I should be nominated as one of the honor graduates. I was overwhelmed with the amount of accomplishment and gratitude that I felt that day. It truly is an honor to be recognized for all of the hard work I have put into my associate's degree. I have always been the student to be known as the overachiever in my classes. I've been this way since elementary school. With being the overachiever came what seemed to be endless hours of schoolwork, but also an endless sense of accomplishment. There were plenty of times where I felt the workload I was constantly putting on myself was not worth it, but as I stand up here today, I can honestly say it was worth every minute. Having a 4.0 all throughout high school and now college has been one of my greatest accomplishments so far. When people think of a person who has a 4.0, they tend to think of a total brainiac who knows everything and anything, and I can honestly tell you that I'm definitely not that person. I have had and still continue to have my fair share of blonde moments. I definitely would not say I earned my 4.0 through being academically gifted. I'm sure my family could back up this statement with many different stories where my common sense was not quite up to par. I will spare the details though because I'm not up here to purposefully embarrass myself. So I honestly believe I actually earned my 4.0 by always pushing myself to have a strong work ethic and by being the opposite of a procrastinator. When I Googled what the opposite of a procrastinator was, I learned that it's called a precrastinator. So I was always turning in assignments anywhere from a few days to a few weeks early. So it was very rare that I turned in something on the actual day that it was due. A lot of professors praised this characteristic of mine, and it made me realize something. Having knowledge about things is great, but it is the work ethic and effort that more oftentimes than not gets noticed. There have been plenty of times where I questioned why I pushed myself so hard to get things done, and I always came to the same conclusion. Great success, whether it be in school or in life, is not easily obtained without hard work. You get out of this life what you put into it. The harder you work, the greater the payoff will be. Procrastination has always been an interesting concept to me. I've never been able to understand how people can wait until the last minute to do something. If I hear about something that needs to be done within a couple of weeks, I will have it done by yesterday. It's just who I am and how I've always been. A lot of friends joked with me about this and told me they wish they were on top of everything like I was. So then I would pull out my color-coded spreadsheet that had all my assignments for the whole year and when I needed to have them done by to show them how I stay on top of everything. And to my surprise, apparently not everyone does this. So, yep, I am that person, and I am always going to be that person. It has had very positive outcomes for me so far, and it's only a matter of time to see what else being that person is going to bring me. So I guess what my main point of this speech is that you should never cheat yourself of great accomplishments and success because you are not willing to push yourself for it. Everyone should strive to be the person who is known for their strong, honest work ethic and reliability. Being known as that person is going to get you a lot farther in this life than any degree will. Always work hard and make sure to give everything you do 100% of an effort. People notice hard work, and people who work hard get rewarded. Don't get me wrong, I've had my fair share of stress and pressure with keeping up with my overachiever lifestyle, but it has brought me the biggest sense of accomplishment and recognition that continues to fuel my fire. So don't be the procrastinator, be the precrastinator. And to end my speech, I would just like to say that I'm very grateful for Snow College and the opportunity I have been given to be recognized as an honor graduate. I'd like to thank all of my professors for answering my endless amount of questions and emails throughout the past couple of years. Snow College is truly an amazing institution, which has allowed me and many others to better ourselves for our futures to come. I would also like to thank my family, my mom, my dad, my boyfriend Jaron and his family, and everyone who has always been so supportive of me. This would not be possible without all of you. So I'm very excited to see what life has in store for all of us. So congratulations, Snow College Class of 2022.
I'll do my best to follow that, but here we go. A wise man once told me, the best machinist is a lazy machinist, because he will always find the easiest way to get things done. Now you laugh. But he also taught me that just because it's the easiest way doesn't mean it is easy. Maybe just slightly less difficult. I have had an amazing opportunity with my time here at Snow College to work very closely with my technical education teachers. They have often shown me the hard way to do things first. Then, after becoming proficient with the hard way, they taught the easy way. At the beginning, it was hard for me to understand why not just teach the easy way. Isn't that all I really need to know? But as days in class progressed, I began to see those parts of the difficult method show through in the easy. And with time, I even saw that the easy way wouldn't always be enough. I saw that on some days and some projects, the only option was to go the difficult route, because easy just wasn't an option. To kind of explain this, I'd like to share some well-written words from Douglas Malloch. The tree that never had to fight for sun and sky and air and light, but stood out in the open plain and always got its share of rain, never became a forest king, but lived and died a scrubby thing. The man who never had to toil to gain and farm his patch of soil, who never had to win his share of sun and sky and light and air, never became a manly man, but lived and died as he began. Good timber does not grow with ease. The stronger wind, the stronger trees. The further sky, the greater length. The more the storm, the more the strength. By sun and cold, by rain and snow, in trees and men good timber grow. Where thickest lies the forest growth, we find the patriarchs of both, and they hold counsel with the stars, whose broken branches show the scars. Of many winds and much of strife, this is the common law of life. I'm thankful for the difficulties that I've had in my life, for the difficulties that my teachers have often given me, because I know it is to better me. At times it's hard to see that. I know it personally. I sometimes think, why can't it just be an easy class? Just get the A, get it over with. But I know that that doesn't prepare me for the future. I'm so thankful for my teachers who have understood that and who have helped me to understand that. And often at times I worry about how many people are just waiting for the easy way. But as I look at my fellow graduates of the skills and trades here today, I tend to worry just a little bit less. Thank you.
Congratulations, Gracie and Mason, for your accomplishments, and thanks for your remarks. So please come forward, both of you, if you wouldn't mind, and receive a token of our appreciation for your remarks today. We are very, very proud of you. Thank you. We will now be pleased to hear a special musical presentation by the brass quintet, Escape, by Kevin McKee. These music students, as you know and as you will see, represent some of the best of the best. Dr. Johnson. Thank you. It's now my honor and pleasure to introduce Darren Perry, who will deliver this year's commencement address. Darren is the former chairman of the Northwestern Band of the Shoshone Nation. He now serves on the board of directors for the American West Heritage Center, the Utah State Museum Board, the Community Advisory Board for the Huntsman Cancer Institute, the Utah Humanities Board, and the PBS Utah Board of Directors. Darren is the author of the Bear River Massacre, A Shoshone History, and teaches Native American history at Utah State. His passions in life are his wife, Melody, their 7 children, 14 grandchildren, and his tribal family. Darren.
Good morning. I loved a certain time in the late summer months when my grandmother would load me in the car and we'd go on this drive to the mountains of Logan, Utah, where I live today. As the car came to a stop, we'd get out, we'd walk around to the trunk, and she would pull out a woven willow basket made by her people with stains. She then told me that we were there to harvest choke cherries. This was something that her people had done for centuries, always in the same place at the same time. She taught me what signs to look for when the berries were ripe. We offered a prayer to the Creator, to Mother Earth, and to the berries themselves. And then we began picking the berries with such care that we wouldn't even harm a leaf on the tree. She taught me the importance of sharing those berries with those in need, or with those who could not make it to the mountain that day. And she taught me the importance of storing those berries for future use. To you beautiful graduates today, your educational journey is much like my experience harvesting choke cherries. With your willow baskets firmly at your side, have you gathered what your professors, your textbooks, and your fellow students have taught you? I hope you've gathered your experiences in and out of the classroom, and I hope you hang on to what they had to offer you, even in the hard and challenging times. I hope you were attentive, and I hope you listened with all your heart, mind, and soul. I am sure that at times it was hard work, but with great care, I hope you take those berries of knowledge and experiences and place them in your basket. And I want you to cherish them. They have been well earned. And then one day, when someone in your life, someone that you care about, is in need, facing a challenge, someone who needs a little nourishment or guidance, what will you do? What choices will you make? How will you choose to use those berries of knowledge? I hope that you'll pull out your berries and use them for those in need. Cherish those berries. Cherish your education and the lessons of life that they have taught you. And then show gratitude for those people in your lives who made this possible. Robin Wall Kimmer said that gratitude is much more than a polite thank you. It is the thread that connects us into a deep relationship, simultaneously spiritual and physical, as our bodies are fed and our spirits nourished by the sense of belonging, which is the most vital of foods. Gratitude creates a sense of abundance, the knowing that you have enough of what you need. In the climate of sufficiency, our hunger for more goes away, and we only take what we need in respect for the generosity of the giver. Wealth should always be understood as having enough to share, and the practice of dealing with abundance is to give it away. There is a story that my grandmother told me that was one of my favorite stories, and it goes something like this. One day, a Shoshone hunter brought home a sizable kill, far too much for his family to eat. There was a mountain man nearby who asked the hunter how he was going to store the excess, because storing and drying technologies were well known. The hunter looked at the mountain man and said, "Store the meat? Why would I do that? Instead, he sent out an invitation to the whole community to come to gather around his fire. At the end of the night, they'd consumed the entire portion of the animal. Well, this seemed to puzzle the mountain man even more. And he said, given the uncertainty of fresh meat in the forest, the smart thing would have been for you to save that meat for your family for future use. The hunter looked at him, puzzled again, and said, store the meat? I store the meat in the belly of my brother. As you graduates become successful by today's standards, can I make one suggestion? I hope your status in this life will be determined by not how much you accumulate, but by how much you give away. I have always believed that ancient tribal cultures have important lessons to teach the rest of the world about how all things are connected and that our very existence is dependent upon the relationships that we have with one another. Take a look around you this morning. We are as varied and colorful as a beautiful field of wildflowers, each bringing with us our own individual characteristics and traits. As you look around, I hope you can truly see the differences that we all have. We need to be able to see each other through each other's eyes. When this happens, the possibilities are endless. The differences that we all bring to the table can be the strengths that we all draw from one another. Your education has brought you knowledge. Knowledge brings understanding, and greater understanding brings openness to other ways of seeing and being. Don't ever be afraid to forge a new path. It is important for you to remember that nobody is you. And that, my friends, is your superpower. Be the one who celebrates the different colors of our skins and embraces the opportunity it gives us to learn from each other. Be the one who breaks the cycle. If you were ever judged wrongly, choose to be understanding. If you were ever rejected, choose acceptance. If you were ever shamed, be the one who chooses compassion. Be the person you needed when things didn't go well and you were hurting, and not the person that hurt you. And always, always, instead of holding on to a grudge, be the first person to forgive. Forgiveness is the greatest quality that we can possess. I think about my grandmother often, and I think about what she would want to tell us if she was here today. I believe she would tell us to do our very best to live as one, to cherish our likenesses, but celebrate our differences, to honor our stewardship for this earth and all things that live on it and the sky above it. She would tell us to have gratitude for what we have, for those who made the trails for us to follow. And she would tell us to have reverence in our hearts. She would tell us to spread the kind of love that awakens the soul, that makes each one of us reach for more, that plants the fire in our hearts and brings peace to our minds. That's the kind of love the world needs today. Love, kindness, forgiveness, acceptance. I see you, I respect you, and I honor you. These affirmations and many others like them are what I like to call medicine words. I hope we can speak medicine words to those people around us. Words that bless, inspire, and empower. When we speak medicine words, we build unity and we strengthen our culture, our communities, and our country. One day a young girl asked me, very skeptically, a second grader, "How did you get to be the chief?" And I told her this story. I said, when a Shoshone boy or girl does an act of kindness or service, the chief and the tribe would give that boy or girl one eagle feather. I then asked that little girl what would happen if that boy or girl kept doing kind things for those around them. And her answer was obvious. They'd get more eagle feathers. I then said, what if that boy or girl kept doing kind things until they became an adult? What do you think would happen then? She said, well, by then they would have so many eagle feathers. I said, you're right. And I said, one day when the chief gets ready to die, and he is always the chief until he dies, he will call everyone together and he will say, I'm about to meet my maker. I need to select a new chief. I want all of you to pull out your eagle feathers and show them to me. You see, the chief isn't the bravest or the toughest or the strongest. The chief is always the one who led a life of service and kindness to those around him or her. So, go be a chief. You're not going to be a Shoshone chief. Go be a leader. Be a good sibling. Express gratitude to your teachers and mentors. Be a good friend and be the kind of person that people want to be with. In this way, you will become a leader in your community. Leadership that is not rooted in power and authority, but leadership that is rooted in service and wisdom. I love the wisdom of the great leaders of the Iroquois Nation. Their leadership doesn't make any decisions for the tribe without considering what effects that decision would have on 7 generations ahead. What a beautiful concept. What if our leaders today governed in that same way? Well, guess what? You are our future leaders. Western values have always taught us that we have rights to get ahead at all costs, to accumulate as much as possible. And while that's okay, I want you to remember the indigenous values that I've been taught. Values that teach us that we have obligations. Obligations to the past, present, and future, and obligations to our communities. We as a community are only as strong as the most vulnerable within that community. Although we might not know how to make it happen, we all want a better future. If you are unhappy with the life that you have, the good news is that you can begin to create a bright future for yourselves right now, right at this very moment. The future is always important, but not without a direct focus on the present. You possess the ability to create and nurture your future in this present moment. This means that you should always have tomorrow in mind whenever you make choices or commitments, and then plan to take action. I'm excited for your future. You have great things in store. Don't let the noise of this world distract you from your mission and goals. Turn off the news and go serve in your local communities and make a difference. May you graduates go forth and use those berries of knowledge to not only sustain you and your loved ones, but to use those berries of knowledge for someone in need. Today I wore a bear necklace I very rarely wear it. It's here to honor you. The bear is a symbol of strength and resiliency and perseverance, traits that you all graduates have. And I congratulate you, you graduates of 2022, here in this beautiful valley. And I hope you go forth and make a difference in this world. Thank you.
Darren, thank you so much for sharing that wisdom. Can you join me up here? We have a gift to have you remember this time with us.
Thank you.
Thanks again for
Appreciate it.
your words.
Thank you.
So before our Provost and Chief Academic Officer, Melanie Jenkins, officially presents the class of 2022, please allow me to say a brief word about a snapshot of our graduating students. So there will be a combined total of 1,317 degrees awarded this year on our Richfield and Ephraim campuses. The majors that students most declared, other than general studies, include nursing, business, and music. The average age is 22, and get this, the oldest graduate today is 57 years old. Students come to Snow from all over. 26 out of 29 counties in the state of Utah are represented. Our graduates are from 24 U.S. states and 32 different nations. So, for all your accomplishments, we say, congratulations, class of 2022. Okay, now the moment you've all been waiting for. By the authority granted to Snow College, under the laws of Utah and by the authority of the State Board of Higher Education, the students who have completed 2 years of satisfactory college study are awarded the associate's degree. These degrees are in the areas of arts, science, nursing, business, engineering, and applied science. In addition to the associate degree, diplomas and certificates of completion are awarded to students who have completed these requirements. So candidates for degrees, diplomas, and certificates will be presented by our Provost, Melanie Jenkins, and Stacy McKiff, Vice President of Technical Education and Workforce Development.
Candidates for graduation, would you please stand? President Cook, on behalf of the faculty, I present the candidates for associate degrees, diplomas, and certificates. These candidates have completed all requirements for these awards, and their candidacy has been approved by the faculty and the Board of Trustees. I recommend that these degrees be awarded to them.
Candidates, you have fulfilled all of the requirements for the appropriate associate degree, diploma, or certificate of completion and proficiency, and have been recommended now by the faculty and the Snow College Board of Trustees for graduation. And so therefore, by virtue of the authority vested in the State of Utah Board of Higher Education and then delegated to me, I confer upon you the appropriate degree.
Graduates, please be seated, and we will have you come forward row by row. And while we're getting that ready, if you'll just indulge me to make a small announcement that was not made earlier. Our president also received a Best of State award for the best administrator in the state, and we are very proud that he's at our helm.
I will now invite our student body officer, Haley Curtis, to the microphone for the tassel changing ceremony.
Don't we do that after? Let's wait and do that after they come across the stage. Don't we?
So let's just, now what we'll do is we'll start by students come forward, row by row, and they'll be followed by the students on the platform. And then we'll have Haley do the, sorry about that. Haley, we jumped the gun here.
Okay, we'll get started. Haley N. Curtis.
Sierra Lonnie Gleave.
Brecklin Marie Buchanan. This next group of students are high school students who are also receiving their associate degrees today.
Haley Samantha Torgerson.
Addison Brown.
Keston Hyde.
Gabriel Thompson.
Ethan Thompson.
Millie Jane Ice.
Sydney Marie Knutson.
Joseph Carl Erickson.
Britton Biggs. Britton Biggs.
Brooklyn D. Chartier.
Kylie Robison.
Tiffany Holmes.
Michaela Bradbury.
Trina Rasmussen.
Brianne Johnson.
Tegan Sides.
Easton Danielle Roop.
Michelle Marsh Salas.
Adrian K. Partridge.
Esmeralda Perez.
Kira Magleby.
Drew Johnson.
Michaela Serrano.
Miley Rosales.
Jody Christensen.
Harley Dieter.
Caitlin Mehmet.
Lily A. Fox.
Jamin Jolly.
Tessa Myler.
Maria Ryder.
Elizabeth Hyde.
Casson Pace.
Shalene Nelson.
Marina Carrillo Montoya.
Mason Gardner.
Jackson Torgerson.
Kyla Ainge.
Kim Roundy.
Kelly Lloyd.
Natasha Granson.
Abigail Richards.
Trisha L. Lovato.
Jessica Shaw.
Kennedy Carter.
Derek Sorensen.
Trevor J. Wood.
Ashley Blackham.
Sophie A. McPherson.
Kylie Mae Hales.
Jaquel Lindsay.
Braylee Ann Buchanan.
Harley Max Black.
Tina Waitman.
Carlos Moreno.
Melanie Helms.
Elizabeth Gilbert.
J.C. Lee Holm Quinney.
Ashlyn Nicole Black.
Brooklyn Searle.
Sandra Nilsson.
Ashley Christensen.
Kylie Egley.
Laken Nelson.
Randolyn Williams.
Mandy Herbert.
Haley D. Brown.
Jonah Willard.
Christopher Parslow.
Christian Rodriguez.
Oscar Gonzalez.
Kelton Pollock.
Daniel N. Ayala.
Tamara Ann Ayala.
Liv Talley.
Dylan Bingham.
Jace B. Gurney.
Cody Phelps.
Ryder J. Trapp.
Malcolm Stroud.
Colby H. Orton.
Dominic James Rolfe.
Kodrin Egbert.
Ty C. Funk.
Keldon Star Guyman.
Jaron Peterson.
Alan Tyler Anderson.
Alan Bagley.
Megan Brown.
Gracie Davis.
And Mason Lee Moss.
Okay, now I will invite the student body officer, Haley Curtis, to the microphone for the tassel changing ceremony.
Would the graduates please stand? Thanks. Alrighty, now please join us in moving your tassels from the right to the left, signifying your graduation. Alrighty, congratulations, grads. You can go ahead and sit down.
Congratulations again, class of 2022, and thanks to Provost Jenkins and Vice President McKiff for their assistance in presenting our graduates' names. Now, I know you just sat down. Can you indulge me? Stand up once more. This is part of your exercise, right? Now, this is going to be an important part of this ceremony, because this is an opportunity, I think, in which Darren Perry's message hopefully landed on your heart. And I want you to stand, and I want you to turn, and I want you to face your family, your teachers, your friends, your loved ones here today, all those who supported and encouraged you to get to this place. And let me tell you, no one gets here alone. So stand, find them in the crowd, make eye contact with them, and let them know how much their support has meant to you. Point to them, applaud them, give them a big thank you. Okay, you can sit. I want to thank those that are here to support your graduates, and whether that's a spouse, a family, a friend, an acquaintance and in an environment where there's so much isolation socially, we all need each other. And these students couldn't have done what they've done, which is a monumental achievement today, without you. So now, immediately following the ceremony, you are invited to meet your graduates and enjoy refreshments here in the Sevier Valley Center arena behind the stage. So the Snow College music students will now play postlude music as the graduates and the platform party recess. We again thank you for your participation today. Please arise and remain standing until the platform party has exited the stage. Dr. Johnson.